Alright, so I wanna quickly make this video because I've been watching this video because I finally found a video that made sense to me. 8,000 hertz polling rate is a lie. Oh, I forgot to put is a lie, but it's true. It is a lie. It's purely a marketing tactic. And if you still don't believe me, truly test it. The only difference I will admit that you will feel from 1,000 to 8,000 is when tracking, it will feel smoother, more refined. But it's not enough to always notice. It's only when you're making big tracking movements. Micro adjustments might feel a bit smoother, but they won't be more accurate or literally that much more responsive. They will just be a bit smoother, a little bit more smoother now. That's literally it. The difference is so like you won't actually feel the responsiveness difference. Is what I'm saying. Would you feel a smoothness difference, like in like tracking motion consistency? Probably. That's where aiming could feel better at 4,000 and 8,000 hertz polling rates. But again, 8,000 is not all that. I'm not gonna miss shots because I'm at 1,000 hertz, and you're not gonna win against me because you're at 8,000 hertz. That's not how this works. Skill matters more than purely just having the most possible responsiveness possible. We got engine limits, CPU limitations. We have, you know, game limitations. The specific mouse that has 8,000 hertz. And even then, it don't matter. There's a lot of limitations when it comes to this shit. Now, yes, one day, if engines were fast enough and efficient enough to like handle 8,000 hertz polling rates or a specific amount of sensors where you actually might feel a difference, then yes, this makes very no sense to talk about. But that's never going to happen. Or if it does, it's still going to be marginal in differences. Like very low single digit 1%. 1%. What? In percentages. I promise. The difference is so minimal. Now, after yapping about that, I want to talk about my mini upgrade that I'm going to be, final upgrades that I'm going to do. So, the 1500 XTD I am still going to get, although I've been paying 300 a month for fucking rent and food. I have no choice. It's fine. Apparently the rent went up. We really need rent control in a lot of places. I live in PA Allentown. I don't think there is rent control over here. We're gonna need it. I guarantee we're not getting it anytime soon. Probably never. But we really need it. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, real quick. I want to say something. Rent shouldn't even be 1,700 or more a month where I live. If you saw the house, yeah, it's not a shitty house. It's a really good house. Don't get me wrong. I am very grateful that I have a fucking roof under my fucking over my head. It's amazing to live in a house or an apartment. It's amazing to have a place to live because I was homeless before. Well, technically, I am homeless still, but I'm not. Thankfully, due to luckiness, I would say. Honestly, I'm saying my family are lucky. We are very lucky to be here. Also, I'll be on the fucking street saying spare change. You know what I'm saying? So we got very lucky, but also got unlucky because we were staying at an apartment for 9 years, and then we had to leave because well we weren't paying rent. It's not because we decided to stop paying rent. It was just complications with my mother with health, and then her not ex boyfriend, her boyfriend gets fired, even though they gave them a doctor note specifically on why he couldn't go to work that specific day for mom to get surgery. I think, and they still fired him. They said they'll bring him back in the next 6 months, never did. But now he's will get a hopefully get a job now, and I'm hoping my mom will get one very fucking soon because they need jobs. We need jobs. It's only because of rent, and I'm just scared and anxious about food and rents. That's all. That's a personal problem. If you want to worry, that's fine. I don't need to donate me money or anything. I don't think anyone's gonna fucking do that. I think most everybody else is poor just like me, and I do worry that not just me, but all the people will get homeless just because of this bullshit going on in the world. Shit needs to change for the better, for humanity. But fuck rich people that don't help actual communities and actually do for the better. There are some rich people that are trying to do better for humanity, actually trying to make things better for us poor people. But they're so hard to actually tell who's genuine or not that we brush them off. I could be wrong. I know I'm going off a little off topic, but it's just something I have to point out and say out loud. Now, let's move on. So, obviously, I have to get the 5800 XRD. That's like the main thing I'm gonna buy. If anything, I don't even need to buy the Razer Viper V3 Pro SE, nor this keyboard. I don't. I can always replace the skates on the mouse, and this keyboard will last me another good 2-3 years, maybe 4 to 5. Honestly, I keep it relatively clean. I've only dropped it once accidentally because of my desk being shitty. And same thing with the mouse. Or maybe twice now. Actually, oh shit. Twice now, and this thing still works perfectly fine. The shell is actually relatively solid. Like it's plastic, but it's a solid shell. Considering it's a honeycomb design to reduce the weight. Um but the reason why I am gonna get the Viper V3 Pro SE is because again, like I said earlier, 8,000 hertz polarity is not worth it. I rather 1,000 hertz. Even for wireless, it's better to be at a consistent 1,000 hertz than be at an inconsistent 4K or 8K polling rate and lose a ton of battery life. No, no. Now, if I'm gonna do 8K, I would rather be at wired. That's the least chance of it jittering, the least chance of it dropping in polling. But again, the differences between 8,000 and 1,000, wired or wireless, regardless, is so small. The thing is, like I said earlier, it only smooth out some of your movements. It can make tracking look smoother, feel smoother, not more responsiveness. There's a difference. Especially if you're doing fast tracking or big flicks. That's the only time you might feel a little bit, but it's diminishing. But this is overall like a slight refinement upgrade, but it's still a meaningful upgrade considering Razer's mice have like the highest end and not the most highest end. No, 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 no. It is the most highest end flagship sensors on the planet. In fact, I believe Razer technically has the most accurate sensors between the Death Adder V3 Pro and Death Adder V4, Viper V3 Pro, and Viper V4 Pro. All four of these mice have the top of the line sensors from Razer that might actually be slightly better than Logitech's by single digits, but it's still better, which I think. Not saying Logitech is a bad brand. I just don't think uh, the Super Strike is all that insane. I'm not saying it's a bad mouse again, but I don't think the haptics of the clicks or whatever will make a noticeable difference, in my opinion. Um, and also the reason why I'm getting the Razer Viper V3 Pro SE is because of it's a very well-known brand, obviously. Um, it's definitely more polished, has slightly better software, although the software is still pretty normal, just like the Glorious Core, but it is slightly better. You get a bit more features like sensitivity matching. You get dynamic sensitivity mode or some shit, and you get surface optimization features or a surface optimization feature where it helps you optimize the mouse's performance on whatever mouse pad you're using to maximize its potential. So, or reduce inconsistencies if there is any on the mouse pad specifically, that it might smooth out on its own. So we'll see. Um, and then my DPI, by the way, I play that 1200 DPI. So I actually don't play the gold standard of 1600. The reason why I play at 1200 DPI is because 1600 DPI for the in-game sensitivity in most of my games is actually way too high. 1200 DPI is like a 25% reduction in overall sensitivity in all my games. because there's less dots per inch being registered, meaning it's not gonna overcorrect. Meaning, like I'm telling you, my aiming, tracking consistency now, and micro adjustments are so much more consistent. It's like the perfect balance between accuracy and speed for me personally. I think one day I will go down to 800 DPI. I do like the feel of 800 DPI, but the only reason why I might not is because I don't have enough space for it. And I just don't have enough mouse space. So I have to wait to try that. But I do know that if I go to 800 with the set end game since I have, I know my aim is gonna feel so much better. Tracking and micro adjustment is gonna feel so sticky, and it's the overcorrection is gonna be almost gone. The only thing I would literally have is undercorrection. I'd rather have undercorrection than overcorrection because undercorrection you can fix. Overcorrection is harder to fix. But I don't overcorrect as much anymore, so that's good. I would say that. But yeah, that's why I want to get this mouse. Can't wait to buy this shit. I might actually buy this first over the CPU due to reasons, but we'll see. Anyways, that's it about me yapping. Sorry about long video of me yapping and complaining and bitching and whining like a little pussy. I'll man the fuck up later. But yeah, stay safe. Save your money. Pay your goddamn rent. Get multiple jobs at this point. Learn how to invest your money. Honestly, invest in stocks. Invest in something. Invest in AI. Honestly, at this point, invest in Nvidia. Nvidia is probably like the most best company to invest money into, and that's where you can make good money from. I mean, unless you don't know how to invest, like I don't know how to invest well. I've been learning slowly, steadily. Um, like I made $25 in fake money, which is nice. Meaning I definitely know how to, like I know how to do it a little bit, but that was like a while ago now. I still have like my cheat sheet on like all the currencies and like all the trading. Like I want to do forex trading. Forex trading is a little risky, but also uh, it's a better long term investment because it's not it's not risky as in turn it's risky, but it's not as risky. Like you won't lose as much money unless you dump all your money into the account of the forex trading account. Then that's different. But you can make good money from doing be a day trader. Like if I can make a good $50 a day, $20 a day, $30 a day, that would make me so much more money over time because if I'm making, let's say, $20 a day, that's $100 a week that I get every week, and that's over 400 a month. Some days I might get up to 30 or $40. Some days I might get only 10 because you're not because trading in forex, I think, like the graph or the market is always jumping. It's very inconsistent. Sometimes it can be consistent, but it's not always the case. You gotta pay, that's why you gotta be careful. It's all that's why you gotta have a strategy. Understand the market. Understand where it's gonna go. Predict you gotta kinda like predict where it might go to. No, don't predict. Try to um try to understand where the market is going. Is it gonna either go up in the price or is it gonna go lower? Or whatever. I don't remember at the moment. But yeah. And that's reasonable, right? Like 20, 30, $40 a day from day trading, that's reasonable amount of money as a start. I mean, over time, after like 6 to 12 months, I would say. And I'm not that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop working a regular job. I think it's smart to have like a part-time job at least or a full-time job and then have the trading on the side to make extra money on the side. Because if I could get up to $100 a day from day trading, which I know is going to be really hard to do, bro, that's 500 a week. without doing jack shit. Instead of all I gotta do is be on my computer for a couple of hours maybe, or my phone for a couple of hours, or even for a good 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much better my strategy gets, or if I make my strategy better over time. Understand the market more. Um, that is something I always want to do, and eventually one day I want to be able to make maybe up to like I don't know, like fucking $300 a day. Although that seems like in a decade that's possible, but not now. Not even close. I would say like a good $20 to $40 a day, slowly build up to it. Sounds reasonable for like the good 6 to 12 months of doing day trading. Learning it, studying it. I think that's a good amount of profit. Because you want to always try to make wins, not losses. Making a win is always better than a loss. So even if it's only $5 of a win, like you want to have more wins than loses per week. That's why you want to develop discipline and consistency. And yes, I'm sorry that I yapped about fucking investing. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm done. I hope that means I'm pretty smart on what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know jack shit about investing still. I'm still learning a lot, but I'm still trying to get into it. It's definitely not easy, but it's not hard either. I would say it's relatively easy until it's only easy when you understand it. Like after a while, at first it's very very difficult in terms of like understanding, but that's where you got to keep disciplining and learning, training yourself on how it works. It's no different as me working at a job. Over time, you get better understanding the job, you get better at it, and eventually you get rewarded technically, or you make more money over time. That's how that works. But yeah, I'm done yapping. Peace.